Another thing that's really important to do is brand yourself. So brand yourself, because you're not going to be at your stall the whole time. You're going to take a potty break. You're going to be walking around at some point, maybe tearing down your stall or putting up your stall. And guess what? If you're wearing a big old Scentsy logo, they're going to know what brand you represent. So when I bought this shirt, I didn't really like the color, but I wear this to almost every single one of my markets because it has gotten me that much recognition. So find a Scentsy shirt that really stands out to you with a big Scentsy logo. It doesn't have to be this one, and thanks to the Scentsy family store, we now have a lot more variety in what we can choose. But something big, something that screams Scentsy. That way people know what you represent. So brand yourself, that's very important. And something else, if you are maybe a little bit more of a shy person, and you have a hard time striking up conversation. None of you here, I can tell, are like that awkward girl. But if you have a hard time striking up conversation, do something to make yourself stand out. I did something at a market because this shirt was all I had and it was really hot. Sherah, you're going to remember this. So I took my shirt and I just tied little ribbons on it because I was really hot and I just happened to have cute little ribbons sitting around. So,
I still remember that.
Do you remember that? Yeah. I got so many compliments. People saying, oh, I like what you did to your shirt. It's so cute. So it was a way to strike up conversation. Another thing that I do is I wear this big old like Flavor Flav. You guys know who Flavor Flav is? That's too American, Jane. Okay, he's a rapper, and he always wears huge clocks around his neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, see? His name's Flavor Flav. Yeah, he's a rapper that wears huge clocks. So I wear this around my neck. And that's another thing to get people's attention. So find a way to stand out. This may be too loud for you, but guess what? You'll get people talking. You'll get people saying, oh my gosh, that is a huge button. Or you can say, did you miss the bill? Yeah. Now I'm going to get Sherah like in trouble because she's going to have to order all these. I got it.
Yes, Sherah.
I actually ordered it from a company in America, and if you buy in bulk, it's not that expensive. So maybe Sherah could get a bunch shipped in, and then you guys could just buy them off of her.
Does it come with the necklace?
No, this is Grace Adele. Were you guys around in the Grace Adele days? This was
No.
Grace Adele. When we did the handbags, that was last year. They put the kibosh on that. But this was a Grace Adele necklace. But you can go get any cheapo dollar store necklace. So.
Yeah.
But that's something that really stands out. Well, yeah, and especially at a market, it's all about drawing attention, getting people to your stall. And if you're the one with the funky ribbons, and I even wear like a Bret Michaels Poison, it looks like Bret Michaels headband. Yeah, I just do whatever I can so that people remember me. So you want to stand out. I have an accent that makes me stand out.
Well, I got an accent.
Yeah, well there you go. See? I've even had people when I follow up with my phone calls from markets, I'll say, hi, is this Sherah? They'll go, yeah, it's Sherah. And I'll say, it's Jamie with Scentsy. They're like, I knew who it was after you said my name. Like, I'm like, that's really creepy. but at least they remembered me. So I don't know if it was the accent or we had had a conversation, whatever.
It's a beautiful accent.
Beautiful, I don't know about that.
It is.
The next one we already went over, which is signage. Like I said, you don't have to invest a lot of money in a big sign. Even little signs like this. Join my team, letting people know that they can join your team. I have this sign out letting people know that they can enter my draw. This frame broke on the way here. That's why it's leaning against the wall. Obviously, this is not a special anymore, but put any of the specials that Scentsy is having, no personal specials, obviously, but any of the specials, sometimes we have 10% off, sometimes it's the new catalog, so really highlight those specials. Yeah, a new buddy, exactly, so really highlight those specials. And these frames, seriously, were $2. I mean, I know you can tell, but it lasted for 4 months, so I got my $2 out of it, but this is a really inexpensive way to draw attention to your stall and have signs so people know what you're doing. The next one we also kind of went over, which is samples. So I do washer with samples. I also attach samples to a product sheet. I very rarely give away catalogs at a market because they are so expensive to give away, and if you hand those out, you are going to be broke. Seriously. These are much, much cheaper to hand out. So if people are interested, I do attach a little sample to it. Do you guys have the Scentsy molds from the Scentsy family store? Yeah. Can I give you a little tip for that? What I have found is these are actually better. The Scentsy molds just do the little warmers because the stars take up way too much wax. So, I mean, you could do some stars because they're really cute, but if you're looking to do samples on a budget, you want really cute samples on a budget, only do the warmers because you can get them really thin and use very little wax. But I attach this because we all know that we can get people to buy our product if they smell it. So even with a little sample like that. Also, if you're really on a budget, get the little rub and smell stickers to stick on it. And those are a great way, really inexpensive.
Where can you get them?
You get those from the Scentsy family store. Yeah, and they come in all kinds.
So win the challenge and I'll buy them for you.
Oh yeah, there you go. So that's another way. You can tell that my son helps me fold these. My cute little 4-year-old, he folds these all for me. So they're a little uneven, but it's cute now though. So that's another way that you can do samples really inexpensively because I always say, there's a little rub and smell sticker. Doesn't it remind you of when you were 5? And they always go, yeah, it does.
How long do they last, you know?
This one I've had for, gosh, I made these for my last market, which was over a month ago. It smells. So, the
I
last
put
time.
them on my envelopes too.
Yeah.
On it, because I put on the front. So when I
Absolutely.
get it out of the mailbox, they straight away see Scentsy, you know, like, ooh, you know, I get it started from the start.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're
Nice color.
totally.
Yeah, cool to have. They're not
Because I never saw them before.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're really cute.
Jamie, when would you give somebody a product sheet? Just when they show?
I hand those out like hotcakes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, like I hand them out like crazy just because that way they've got something of mine. It's got a smell on it, whether it's a rub and smell or sometimes it'll sit in there first. But at least they'll remember me every time they smell that sample. So I hand those out to almost everybody that comes to my stall.
And then sheet, you know, it's like a 50 for what, $6 or something?
Yeah,
Really?
so it works out to what, like
These product
8
sheets,
cents a
100%
piece
yourself,
that you're giving
right,
them out?
front and back.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
so
make a
cheap.
product sheet.
they're dirt cheap.
Product sheets are great. Yeah, no. Make sure your information's on them, stamp it, stick it, print it.
Absolutely, that's the most important part.
Yeah, what about this?
Yeah, it's got to have your contact info on it.
Rub and smell.
How much are the rub and smell things?
I think they're $4 for like 70 stickers or
Yeah, they're not
something.
expensive. Cheap.
Yeah.
you just get the one favourite?
No, you can get, it's most of the favorites.
But you have to pick
Yeah,
just
you
one
might
cent.
get a couple
Yeah,
of
1
sheets
cent.
each, 1 cent for each. and
Yeah, you get 2
Oh,
sheets.
then half. Otherwise that all kind of mixes the
Yeah.
Yep, I usually do Luna, coconut lemongrass, just black raspberry vanilla, you know, whatever you like, yeah, and whatever you like. So, because once again, you will sell what you like and what you have a passion for. So, another thing that I highly suggest, and Kylie's gonna like this one, show some love to your coordinators, the market coordinators, because they have a really hard job to do. And I will tell you how building a good relationship with the market coordinators can really help you. I actually applied for, they're called the Scentsy markets. They're very spiritual healing, and that's how I ended up getting the Health and Harmony Expo. But the Scentsy markets, they do twilight markets up in North Lakes once a month. And the gal called me the night before the markets and said, oh, you can do the markets tomorrow, but I'm gonna need payment tonight. And I was like, nah, no problem. Like, that's kind of to be expected. So she gave me her account details, I put the money in. And the next day, when I was setting up my stall, she said, you know, I almost didn't let you have a table here. And I said, why? And she goes, I've been burned by this consultant twice. She said she has never paid me. She's a really nice lady and just promise. And so she didn't even want to give Scentsy a chance, but for whatever reason, she gave me a chance. And because I paid on time, and I did that market for 3 months in a row, basically I was able to restore her faith in Scentsy. And she asked me to do this Health and Harmony Expo, which is the one I was telling you about with the psychics and all that kind of stuff. So she asked me to do that. I didn't sign up for the market this month because I'm too busy this weekend. They called me and said, Jamie, aren't you doing the market this weekend? And so they really wanted me to do their market because, you know, I showed them some love, they showed me some love. Another thing, there's another gal that coordinates markets on Bribey Island. And I built a really good rapport with her, and she gives me first dibs at anything on Bribey Island or Sandstone Point, which is right where I live. She calls me first, so I have dibs on those. So it's really, really important to build a good relationship, pay on time, be easy to work with, and then they'll invite you back. Also, the Urban Country Music Festival, I'll tell you how I got that. That wasn't just an accident either. On Australia Day, there was an event at the Caboolture Historical Village. Have you guys ever been there? It's kind of far from here, but it's really cool. It's set up like an old town, like 1800. Like they've got the what do you call it? The blacksmith. They've got an old printer. They've got an old gem shop. Like it is so cool. It's like an old 1800s town, and they had a big Australia Day event, which I did, and I really built a good relationship with the market coordinator there, the events coordinator. And she gave me one of the best spots. I asked for electricity and forgot to get my stuff tagged, and she's like, oh, it's right. Don't tell me that. It's okay. I know. It's not going to happen with her. Don't even try that with her. But she was like, oh no, that's okay. And it ended up being her last event that she was coordinating for the historical village. But she brought her boss over and introduced him to me, and he said, you have got to do the Urban Country Music Festival. I said, oh, well, how do I do that? Oh, you apply to the council, which I've not had success through the council before because they're very strict. But because I was able to drop this event coordinator's name as manager, I got stopped. So, but he recommended me, so I got it. So once again, because I built that rapport, I got a huge event that's going to be massive, and I don't even know if I'm ready for it. So, but we'll see how I go.
You'd be fine.
What's that?
When is it?
May 1st. So it's in 2 weeks, and they just let me know like 2 days ago. So I got to put it in order and hope it gets here in time. But yeah, the next thing that I'll go over is draws, which we kind of already went over. But I'll just reiterate that it's a great way to get people's info. And while they're filling out the ticket, it doesn't even have to be this one. I've made this one up as well. It's a lot simpler. Name, phone number, email, I just joined, so they don't have to spend the time reading all of this. So you can make your own. You don't have to use these ones, but get people's information, because I cannot reiterate enough. You can give away samples till the cows come home, but if you don't get people's information, they're not going to call you back. I had a director, one of my downline directors, she made 300 samples just like this. Like she made 300 samples, attached to product sheets, gave them all out in Western Australia at an event. Nobody called her. She didn't get anybody's information, no details. Nobody called her. Even 2 weeks later, she called me, she said, nobody called me. I said, well, didn't you get their details? No. And you don't want that. You want the ball to be in your court. Because if you leave it in other people's court, even though they'll have the best intentions, even if they love Scentsy, life gets in the way, things get in the way. We need to call them, we need to remind them, hey, remember you like Scentsy? But you have to get their details. You have to find a way to get them. And a draw is a good, easy way.